I am asked all the time by the news media, how much does it actually cost to feed your family per serving? And I say, I have no idea, I don't really track it. I just focus on the prices of the meat, and everything else is like a home brand and an everyday price. So in January, I actually collected a month's worth of meals to sit down and do all the costing. My goal is to feed my family of 4 who are all adults to see if I can do it for under $200. Here's week 1.
So starting off, we're going to do some tacos. I have got some mincemeat that's marked down, of course I do, a half a packet of taco seasoning, which I included in the price, and I'm going to use part of the Dorito chips that's here, a little bit of cheese, some lettuce, and we have these leftover taco shells. Put that all together. Quick and simple, just to brown off the mince, throw in the taco seasoning. I only ever use half a packet anyway, so it's pretty cost effective. Chopped up the lettuce and the cheese. The boys had the taco shells and the rest of us had the chips with the lettuce and the cheese that was there. Here is how the costings go. The mince, the taco shells that we had left over, I included them. The portion of the Doritos, we would have had the cheese and the lettuce, and how it works out per person. Meal number 2 is tuna patties. These are a family favorite. They are so easy, and because all of us eat them, it's pretty quick to put together. So I weighed the potatoes just to see that they're just over a kilo. So we peeled and shredded them. We've added in an egg. We add in a bit of plain flour and mix it all together with the tuna and the frozen corn, and then it just gets fried off. It's usually enough for us to have 2 or 3 patties. I just grabbed a couple to film it to show you how it all comes together. And here is the costings. This is probably one of the cheapest meals that we do have. And of course, I got the eggs on a super good price for $1 for a set of 6 because the service station was closing down at the time. So I literally cleared them out. Next up, my son is having some sausage rolls that I make. So of course I've got the sausage meat that's there marked down. Going to use a couple of sheets of puff pastry. The rest of us are going to have some panko chicken with some broccoli and cauliflower and some carrots that I got there on clearance as well. You'll see the costings at the end. We're having some oven chips. I make them different now, but these ones I just cut up like we used to have them on the barbecue. Let me know if you used to have chips like this when you were younger. And my son's had those chips with one set of the sausage rolls because it makes 4 massive sausage rolls. So here I'm just prepping the sausage mince with the shredded carrot and the potato. I mix it all together. I don't add any other herbs or spices. I put 2 logs down on each piece of puff pastry, chop it in half, roll it up and chop them up. So you can make one massive sausage roll, or I cut it into 4 mini ones. With the chicken that's here, it's a whole pack that we use for the whole week. So it was just under like 2 kilos, 1.8 kilos or something like that. So I chopped it all up. And we have some for panko chicken that I'm doing here now. Some will go for the burger patties later that we'll have, and some also was chopped up chicken that we'll have with chicken and rice that you'll see coming up. There's now me chopping the chicken here. I divided up the cauliflower and broccoli, and then the broccoli and the carrots, and so I was able to use those in the servings, and my daughter can have the broccoli in another meal. So here's panko chicken with the chips, and of course my son's had sausage rolls with the chips. Here's the costing for the sausage rolls. So the meat, the carrot, the potato and the puff pastry, and how it all works out to make the 4 big ones. And then for the other meal we had, which is the panko chicken, so we've got the potato, the corn, the broccoli and the cauliflower. I just wrote those short for the whole pack because the packs were on clearance, like I said, and the chicken. So the chicken cost the most. I didn't factor in the cost of the panko chicken or the egg that I used. I just figured they were extras. And there's other things where I've probably overestimated the cost as well. So I've got myself covered either way. The next night is a chicken and rice dish. So we have another one of those broccoli and cauliflower florets. They were on clearance. I literally literally just grab 3 or 4 packets. We've got the cream that was also on clearance. We're going to use a tablespoon of the mustard and about 3 little mini cups of the rice. Cooked off the chicken and separate the broccoli, cauliflower, put in the mustard, put in the cream, and we've cooked the rice in the rice cooker. I did put in a dash of garlic powder, and here is it. It doesn't look the best. I had to reheat mine when I got home from Zumba. So here's all the costings. Again, the chicken is the most expensive. So this meal in total was probably the most expensive, but we did use nearly 700 grams of chicken. So that's where the costing comes in to that. The next night we are having a quiche. I'm making a full quiche for my daughter. Just showing you here, that's the eggs that I got for $1. I bought about 8 cartons. I had a little bit of that chicken left over that I've blanched and I shredded it up. We've got a zucchini that's there. We've got some more broccoli and we've got a cream that's marked down. And probably might use a splash of oat milk. I can't remember if I needed to thin it out or not. And also got a shredded carrot that will go in there as well. I've made quiche heaps of times before on the channel, so you can check it out. It always takes a little bit to mix up the egg and the cream mixture. So the next night, hubby and I are going to have fish fillets. My son will have chicken nuggets and we're going to make a fried rice. And of course, my daughter will have a piece of that quiche. So I costed out the quiche separately to have as of 4 servings. And she will just have that in alternate to when we have other things. So I've got the rice that's there, the carrots and the corn. So I cook the carrots separate just to make sure they soften up a little bit. They're a little bit easier. Of course, I've got an egg from my many cartons of clearance. I put in a dash of Worcestershire and soy sauce just to mix it up a little bit, not too much. And I plated everything up here. So I just have 1 piece of fish and hubby has 2, but I worked out all the costings. And here's the quiche that's all cooked, and I served that up with some of the broccoli and cauliflower that we've had from all the other bags. So here's the costing for the quiche. We've got the eggs, the zucchini, the chicken that we'd blanched and shredded, the broccoli, the cauliflower. Put it all together, divided it by 4 as well, so we've got the serving size that's there again. And then having a look at the fish and fried rice and the chicken nuggets. So we've got all the pricing that's there. I put in the single egg 16 cents, so I've included pretty much everything that I can. It should have been 3 servings. I realized I've written 2 because I was only thinking about the fish. I forgot that I'd filmed the chicken nuggets in that as well. Next up, we're having burgers because, of course, I got these burger buns marked down on clearance. And this night, I remember it was a split dinner. So hubby and my son actually ate separate. I put everything out here ready to go. I just filmed that chicken breast to remind myself that we had the panko chicken that I'd made earlier. I'd actually had a spare piece made into a patty. So I just put that there to remind myself to do the costings. But I do have that little coleslaw that's on clearance. Of course, we're going to use some cheese and some lettuce. And I had a 1/4 bag left over of frozen chips. That was enough for everyone, just to have a couple of chips on the side. Yeah, the boys ate first and then my daughter and I ate when we got home later. So it was an interesting night for dinner, but still it worked out pretty cheap. And that is just how it goes. So that's why we had oven chips, and then no one has to worry too much about cooking. Hubby can just throw everything in the oven and it's good to go. Next night, my daughter is having the last piece of the leftover quiche. Hubby and I and my son will have these barbecue thin sausages. I got a whole pack for $2.13. We've got some broccoli, cauliflower, and we've got mashed potato that we've got coming up as well. So my son likes to have sausages on bread with sauce. I just gave him some bread for free. I didn't worry about the costings. We've got the mashed potato and the veg that's there. And of course I added in some gravy, because what is sausages without gravy? I could eat sausages every night. I absolutely love them. But here is the costings, of course. $2.16 the packet of sausages was. There you go. And I divided the costing still by the number of portions. We had a couple left over that just got eaten the next day. I warmed them up for my son to have them in bread with sauce again, because it's something that he enjoys. But I costed it out to be part of a main meal. So you can see all of our costings. So there's 9 separate meals that I made because different people like different things, but still it covered 7 nights. So just over $50. So woo, just scraped in there. So on our track to do under $200 for the month. So I'm super happy. I divided it by 34 serves just to get an average price. But for 7 nights, you can see it's just over $7 per person. So I'm super happy with that. I tell you, it was a bit of experiment working out how much a cup of corn was and 1 carrot, but still we did it, and I'm really happy that I have worked it out because I'll probably never do this ever again, but still it's a good experiment, isn't it? Let me know if you have any idea what the cost of serving per meal is for your family. I would be keen to know because people ask me all the time, is this about right? And I'm like, I have no idea. If it sounds good to you, then go for it. Thank you so much for watching. I so appreciate you, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.